Hi everyone. This will be a short video, a short practice that will prepare our body for forward bends. This is something that happens very often in yoga. And this is where the front of the upper body and the front of the lower body come closer together. This is a forward bend. And in this video, we'll focus on preparing the back of the legs for this. So we want to create better conditions in the back of the legs, which means we elongate the muscles there and allow them to stretch with a bit more ease. All right, this is something we need for a forward bend. There are two main areas in the back of the legs that we're going to access today: the back of that shin, right here, the calf muscles, and the back of the thigh, right here, it's the hamstring muscles. Some of you might feel it in the back of that knee. It's not a mistake. This is where the tendons are, but over time, you want to start moving it more towards the back of the thigh, back of the shin, the sensations, and try to not stay with those sensations for too long, but we'll see how it goes. Let's start. So if you need to take a moment and pause the video, go ahead, because we will need a yoga strap. You can substitute that with a towel or a belt or anything else that you can wrap around your foot. So pause if you need to, and we'll start again right after that. All right, so we're going to start on our backs with a little bit of a movement just to warm up the muscles in the back of the leg. So what we're going to do, we're going to hug the right knee towards the chest. We're going to grab the back of the right thigh, and just a few times try to coordinate this with the breath. As you inhale, try to straighten the leg as much as possible for you. Maybe it's not fully straightening, no problem. And as you breathe out, bend the knee towards you. Keep the hands supporting the back of the thigh. So inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. Let's do this 2 more times with the breath. Inhale, send the heel as far up towards the ceiling as you can. And exhale, down. And one last time, inhale. And then exhale. Slowly put the foot down at the end of the exhale and bring the left knee towards you. Grab the back of the thigh with 2 hands. Give it good support. And whenever you're ready, on an inhale, straighten that leg up towards the ceiling. The heel is reaching up. And exhale, bend the knee. You don't have to straighten fully. Continue with the breath. Whatever amount that you can do, just do it. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Try to move with the breath. Heel up. And exhale. Heel down. 1 last time. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knee and put the foot down. And now we're going to use the yoga strap or any substitute you have for that and wrap the strap around the right foot. So you need to bring the right knee towards you. Wrap the strap around the right foot, somewhere at the middle of the foot if you can. And then slowly start straightening the leg up. Try to grab the yoga belt or whatever you're grabbing evenly, and try to grab it as high up towards the foot as you can. And slowly, on the next exhale, straighten the other leg on the ground. And it's okay if the angle that you do it is a bit further away, and it's definitely okay to bend the knee a little bit, whatever you need to do. We're going to hold here for a few breaths. So try to breathe slow and steady through your nose if you can. And just observe, notice, where do you feel the sensations of stretching at this position? Is it in the back of the shin? Is it the back of the thigh? Is it the back of the knee? Or is it somewhere else? As you hold here, you can experiment and keep the leg straight and move it a little bit towards the right. So a little bit outward, just a couple of centimeters. Continue pulling it towards you. See if that changes sensations a little bit. And then try to do it the other way. So just move the straight leg a little bit inward towards the left side, just a little bit. Pull it towards you and see how that feels. And take a breath. And then slowly come back to the center and just experiment with pointing your toes up towards the ceiling for a moment. And notice if that changes experience a little bit. And then bring your toes towards you in a dorsiflex position and see how that feels. And you can take another breath or 2 and try to pull the leg a little bit closer to you, maybe making the sensations a little bit deeper. And as you breathe out, you can slowly bend your knee and put your right foot flat on the ground. Remove the yoga strap or whatever you're holding and bring the left knee towards you. Wrap the strap around the left foot, somewhere in the middle of the foot. Straighten the leg to your capacity up. Grab the yoga strap evenly with 2 hands. Try to grab it as high up. It will be easier for your hands, your shoulders. And the next time you breathe out, straighten the other leg on the ground, on the floor. And just take a moment and find the right angle. And some of us might need to let go of the strap and get the angle of the leg moving forward a bit. Some of us might need to keep the knee a little bit bent. Whatever we need to do, we're going to hold for a bit. So you might feel some changing of the position as you go breath by breath. Take a moment and experiment with keeping the leg as is, but moving it slightly towards the left. So it's a bit outward movement, away from the midline. And then try to pull a little bit closer. See how that feels here. Take a breath. And then notice how it feels when you move the leg in the same position, as straight as you can, towards the midline, so towards the right a little bit, and then pull slightly closer to you. Just see how that feels. Come back to the center, find whatever it is for you. Keep the lower back resting on the ground, and just take a moment and try to point your toes up towards the ceiling. Maybe change the sensations in some way, maybe not. Just observe how it feels. Maybe you can bring the leg a bit closer to you in this position. And then as you breathe out, you can bring the toes towards you in a dorsiflex position, just noticing if something changes in the way you experience sensations in the back of the leg. Keep the lower back relaxed. One more breath here. Observe sensations closely at the back of the leg and see if there's any range of motion, if you're able to go a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper. And then breathe all the way out. Wonderful. Bend that knee slowly and put the yoga strap away for just a moment. Come up to sitting, so through your side or in any other way, come up to the sitting position. I'm going to turn towards you, but you can continue facing the front of the mat. We're going to do another movement now, which means the left leg will be bending inward in any comfortable position. We're going to grab the back of the right thigh with two hands, like we did lying down. And we're going to lean back a bit. And inhale, we're going to try to straighten the right leg forward and up actively. And exhale, bend. And you don't touch the ground, just keep the leg hovering above the ground. And again, try to straighten maybe a little bit further up. Open the heart really wide. And exhale, bend the knee and try to round the back a little bit. 2 more times with the breath. Inhale, reach the heel forward and up, closer to you with the thigh. And exhale, drop. And one last time, inhale. Just pause, one breath here. Keep your hands as support. Lift the heart. The leg might be a little bit longer if you can. Wonderful. As you exhale, open that right leg out to the right. Put it on the ground. Keep it straight, flexed and active. The left foot will be facing the inner right thigh. We're going to take the hands forward and gently start walking the hands straight ahead, right between the legs. Now, it's definitely okay to lift the right buttocks off the ground. So don't worry if it lifts. It's very natural. Take another breath, try to lengthen a bit more forward, and then let's experiment. What happens when we move the hands gently, slightly towards the right, just a little bit, and continue reaching in the same direction, a little bit further. Take another breath here, and then see if you can walk your hands a little bit closer to that straight leg, just a little bit. Don't try to arrive there yet, just lengthening, reaching. Wonderful. One more breath here, noticing where you feel sensations along the straight leg, if that's where you feel it. And then inhale slowly, walk yourself back up to the center. Let's slowly switch sides. So bend the right knee in, lift the left knee up, grab the back of the left thigh with 2 hands so you're giving yourself good support with your hands. And then as you inhale, straighten the left leg forward and up. The heel is reaching away from you. And exhale, bend the knee, bring it closer to you, round the back. And again, inhale. And exhale, try to move with the breath. 2 more times with the breath. Inhale. And exhale. And one last time, inhale. And then hold here for a moment. Try to maybe reach the heel a bit further away from you. Maybe lift a little bit closer to you, the thigh towards the chest. Take an inhale here. Exhale slowly. Keep the leg straight. Open it out to the left and put it on the ground. Keep it actively straight. So try to push the leg down a bit, keep the foot flexed. Face straight ahead and just walk your hands slowly as far as you can in that direction. Try to reach forward, observe sensations somewhere along that straight leg. Usually, most of us feel it there. Take another breath there. Then walk your hands a little bit towards the left, just a little bit, just at 10, 20 degrees. And continue reaching in that direction a bit further. Take another breath there. Wonderful. And then see what happens when you go a little bit further towards the straight leg and take another breath or two here. Just observe sensations. Wonderful. Let's slowly walk the hands back. And one last thing before we finish this practice, we're going to prepare our legs for Janu Shirshasana. So we'll start with the right leg. I'm going to turn in that direction so you can see it more clearly. So the right leg will be straight, the left leg will be bent, and the foot will face the inner right thigh. If you have any issues with the knee, grab a few books or a block or something to put under the knee, or another option is to slide that left foot a bit further away from you. Right? Just make sure you're sitting comfortably on two sitting bones, and then you want to use the yoga strap again. Today we're not going to fold. We're going to use the strap. We're going to try to keep the spine upright. We're going to wrap the strap around the middle of the foot and try to send the inner edge of the foot a little bit further away from you, just a slightly bit further forward. Grab two hands evenly with the strap and then pull, and then inhale, lengthen the spine, particularly the back of the spine, upward. And just observe if you feel any sensations in the back of the straight leg. And where do you feel them? Again, could it be the back of the shin somewhere, the back of the thigh somewhere, or the back of the knee? Just be aware of that. And if it feels comfortable, after a breath or two, you can walk your hands further along the strap, pull a bit, keep the back of the spine long, but lean slightly forward, but keep lengthening the back of the spine. You can drop the chin a bit so you can feel the back of the neck lengthening as well. And just hold here for 3 or 4 breaths. Don't try to reach the maximum range of motion. Just try to get about 80% of your maximum, 70%, and hold. And just observe how naturally it dissolves. And 80% drops to 70, 60 if you hold, if you breathe, if you stay relaxed. And then you can go a little bit further and find your 80% again, whatever that is for you. And take another breath or two. Wonderful. And then you can slowly walk out of or climb, find your way out of the position. And let's do the other side. I'm going to turn to the other direction so you can see me more clearly. So now we're going to straighten the left leg straight forward. The right foot will come in, the right knee will bend, and we're going to wrap the yoga strap around the center of that straight leg, the foot. We're going to grab the yoga strap more evenly, 2 hands. Try to send the inner edge of the foot a little bit forward, away from us. And then as you pull the strap, try to lengthen the back of the spine upward. And just take a breath and see if you feel any sensations here. Most of us will feel it somewhere along the back of that straight leg. Maybe you won't. It's perfectly fine. If you'd like to, you can walk the hands a bit further forward along the strap. Continue pulling the strap, and that will give you leverage to lengthen the back of the spine. And maybe lean slightly forward. And just observe sensations. Try to arrive again. This is something that takes time to discover. What is my 70, 80% of my maximum? It takes some time to explore sensations, notice or get to know our body this way. And once we do, we can just stay and see how it slowly dissolves. And then we go a little bit further if we want to. But make sure you're not even getting close to your 100%. It's just not effective. The body starts to resist when we push ourselves to the limits. Take another breath or two here. Wonderful. And breathe all the way out. And inhale, you can slowly climb out of the pose or come out of the pose. So that will be the end of our practice. You can take a moment to rest if you'd like to finish the practice on your own. You can repeat it once in a while to slowly start preparing the back of your body for easier, smoother, more pleasant forward bends. If there are any questions or comments, feel free to contact me. If this is not enough and you feel you need more, contact me and I'll give you more options maybe to work with your body. So thank you so much for joining me in this video and practicing, and wishing you a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha